Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of our Mama Meditation. Before we get too far in today, I am actually going to post the link to the challenge down in the comments here because I have had a few moms say, I am not getting the emails. So I'll get that done here. And I think what has happened is when I originally set it up, I had it so that you had to confirm your email address. And if you didn't confirm your email address, you didn't get the email. So I changed that. So now as soon as you jump onto that link and enter your name and email address, you will get the emails from me. So if you did miss any of the emails and you need to go, if you've missed them so far, go re-sign up and then shoot me a private message or an email that says, hey, I didn't get the first 2 emails, so that you can get the, the recording of the audio and of the video and of, you can get the affirmations and the journal things all written out for you. So, you don't miss out on that. So today is day 3, and what we are talking about today is about how you actually do meditation. We've meditated a couple times. I've thrown a little bit of pieces here and there, but what I want to talk to you today is about like what you really quote have to do. And what you have to do is so simple, guys. It is so simple. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about things that you can do to enhance your meditation experience. So starting out, what you have to do, you really need to have a quiet space. And that's the only thing that you need to have. That's it. That's all. A quiet space is nice. I have meditated with my kids running around before. It makes it a little bit harder to get into yourself. But having that quiet space really allows you to get deeper into yourself and focus on what you're doing instead of all the chaos and noise going on around you. So as soon as you find that quiet spot, you can do it. If you want to do meditation without any sort of a guide or music or anything, just sit in silence. Set your phone for however long you want to do it for. Kudos to you if you can do it at all. I usually last about 15 seconds before I'm like, oh my gosh, it's too quiet. I'm going to go crazy. And just set your time and breathe. That's all you got to do is breathing, focusing on your breath. As a thought comes into your head, you're going to let it go out. And tomorrow I'm going to talk a little bit more about just some of the blocks to meditation that people have. And one of those is mind wandering. Like, what do you do when your mind just keeps wandering all over? And that's not a horrible, bad thing, I promise. So just sit and focus on your breath and breathe and focus on yourself and focus on your thoughts that are coming in. The thing that's cool about meditation, whether you do it guided or not, is that you get downloads. Ideas come into your head. Like maybe you've been struggling with a problem at work, or with for me sometimes it's, oh, what should I share with my moms and all those things. And when I sit in the quiet or sit in a guided meditation, like that stuff comes to me. I get an instant idea. Okay. Sometimes the idea comes to me afterwards, and I'm going to talk a little bit about your journal work that you can do. But those ideas come to you because you've given yourself that quiet time. As a mom, I don't get a lot of quiet time. As I told you, maybe I didn't tell you, but my 4-year-old's like on a everybody hates me rampage this morning for whatever reason. And so he just keeps yelling over and over again, Ryan's mad at me. Ryan doesn't like me. And it's loud. Like we don't get out of the noise very often. And so giving yourself this gift of quiet and this gift of getting out of the noise on a regular basis is so good for your mind because it lets information come in. It gives you ideas. Raise your hand if any of you feel like every time you take a shower, you get like good ideas. What goes on in the shower? It's quiet. It's probably the only quiet that you get all day long. You're in the shower, you're being showered with a waterfall. Ideas flow into your mind when you do that. So take that time to take that quiet time for yourself. Let me know down in the comments if you're on now or you're watching later on the replay, like if you've ever had a situation where you've had that quiet, whether it's in the shower or as you're falling asleep at night, and you get that like instant solution to whatever your problem is. Now, a lot of times we lay in bed and we start worrying about things. And that's why I want you to use a little meditation before you go to bed, so you're not worrying, so you're focusing on opening your mind. But have you gotten that like great, wonderful idea? Or maybe you thought, oh yeah, that idea for a vacation, that's such a good idea. So those are the things that can happen when you take that quiet time. So sitting in silence for amount of time, that's like the bare minimum for meditation. A few things that I like to do sometimes to enhance it, just to make it give me a little bit of guidance, to make it a little more meaningful. And to really just put me into the moment. So the first thing is going to be using a guided meditation. And I talked about that at length on Monday. Your phone, guys, is an endless place for guided meditations. You can get tons of free ones. You can get them on YouTube. Like I said, there's a ton of them on Amazon Music that you can find. You can find it on different people's websites. There are apps. There's one I think called Calm, and you can pick the amount of time that you want to do, and it'll do a meditation. You can even meditate to just some plain old music that feels amazing. And so when you are doing the meditation to music or to a guide, there's just some, it's not 100% quiet, because again, moms, we don't get a whole lot of quiet. And so you really want to make sure that you're keeping focused on what you're doing, and maybe sometimes music or a guided meditation is able to help you out with that. But you can find that stuff anywhere. I just got an Alexa, and I have it in my room so that I can put my meditations on that, and I can be guided that way. So that's one thing that you can do. I brought some little tools with me. I have them sitting here. One thing that you can do is you can light a candle. That's always nice. This one here is just a little lavender candle. Of course, you got people that are going to tell you, make sure that it's not a, candle that's going to be toxic to you or whatever. So I keep by my bed a lighter and a candle. Now, of course, if you do it when you go to sleep at night, you tend to fall asleep. Probably not the best idea, because then you have a candle burning before your bed at night. But this might be something that you like to do. Again, it just creates that feeling in that moment of meditation and of getting into yourself. And it kind of is telling your body, hey, look, I lit the candle. It's time for me to meditate. Something else I do is sometimes I will flip a card. I got this Oracle deck from my coach, and it just has amazing things in it. And it's not like tarot card or a fortune teller or anything like that, but there are just different cards in it, and they all have a different meaning to them. And what you do is you shuffle the card and you close your eyes and you grab a card, and this one says, truth be told. And so then you would look up in the little book what truth be told means, and then you would use that as the basis of your meditation. Again, just giving you a place to go with it, a thought to think. The reason you chose that particular card is because you were guided to that particular thought today. So it's a good idea to meditate then on whatever that thought is. I'm going to have to meditate on that card later today. All right, so that is the card deck. That's another idea for you. Something else that I purchased on Etsy a while back is this little cool, the letters are kind of coming off, but this little cool eye pillow. And I got it so that I could put it on, and my kids would be like, oh, mom's meditating, leave her alone. Okay, so just this little cool eye pillow keeps everything dark for you. The kid thing, I haven't really talked a whole lot about that, but if you train your kids to know that when mom's meditating or when she's sitting there with her eyes closed, that means that you need to leave her alone, like they'll learn that and they'll respect that. So I got this so that I could kind of show them that I'm meditating and that they should leave me alone. You can also meditate with mala beads. I'm not super schooled on how these work. A little bit, maybe like a rosary, but you use the beads and you push it along and you say certain mantras as you're going through. And you can Google mala bead meditations, and you'll find some guides on how to use those. But this is just kind of something else that's sort of fun. I actually bought this as a bracelet, not knowing that it was a mala meditative bracelet. And so I wear it as a bracelet too. So here's that. And then I have my journal here. I'm missing a few things up there. I have my journal here because when you're done with your meditation, you might want to journal about what you meditated about, what thoughts came through, what things did you learn. And it just is going to help you give a guide. So I have this one here. I think I've talked about this before. Note to self, I am enough. You can even take the affirmations that I've shared with you in your emails and that we're going to talk about here in a second, and meditate on those, and then journal about it when you are, when you're all done with your meditation. So having that pen and paper handy is really, really slick, because a lot of times we get downloads of ideas and then we forget about them by the time we get done with our meditation and go hustle bustle about in our day. So good idea to have that to write down. And then I've got some essential oils here. I've got Balance and frankincense are the two oils that I just happen to have right here in my hands, but there are a million different oils, whether you use doTERRA, Young Living, buy some on Amazon, although make sure you're sticking to some pure ones that are just, again, enhancing the experience. I love the smell of Balance and frankincense together. I have a essential oil bracelet, and I put those on every morning, and I love that smell. And so if you've got a smell that you just love and enjoy, use it during your meditation. It creates that really good feeling vibes inside of you, and then wear it on an essential oil bracelet. And then every time you whiff that bracelet smell, you're like, oh, I'm taken back to that relaxing mode in my meditation. And it really helps you find your vibe. And I had one more thing to show you here. Of course, I cannot find it, but it is crystals. If you're into crystals for healing, for meditative purposes, you can certainly pull those out. I had the bag of them somewhere, they're gone. but you can pull those out as well. Again, holding one in each hand while you meditate, setting them on your knees, whatever the case might be. There are crystals, you can Google that. There's a book called Crystal Muse that you can check out too, that tells you the different meanings for different crystals, prosperity, love, abundance, joy, all those things are that the crystals can kind of give you. So those are just some enhancements to meditation that I like to use from time to time. I do not do them every single time. Rarely do I pull out a crystal with meditation. I use them at the little eye thing quite often, so I can let my family know that that's what I'm doing. And I like to light a candle. But use the things that feel good to you. That's what this is all about. This is all about like having feel goods and feeling amazing about what you're doing. So if you start getting into, okay, I've got to do this, and then I need to do this, and I need to do this for 22 minutes, and I need to breathe like this, and I've got to do this, you're going to give up, and you're not going to do it anymore because it's not fun and easy. You want meditation to be something fun and easy that you add to your life. Like I mentioned on the very first day, I've really been meditating pretty regularly for about 4 years. And in August this last year, I found it to be a struggle. I completely overwhelmed myself with too many things on my plate in August. There was some drama going on in my family, and I would lay in the bed in the morning and try to do my 20-minute meditation. And the whole time I'd feel myself just getting more and more and more pissed. It's like, I have all these things to do. Why am I sitting here doing this? And it was like my mind was wandering, but not in a good way. And I was just finding myself getting tight and more agitated as the meditation went on. So after about 3 days of it, I just stopped. Like, I'm not doing this meditation thing anymore. I stopped, and I could tell a difference, and then I felt less agitated. But then over time, I started feeling a little bit less centered and a little more crabby during the day. And I finally just started to bring my practice back up again. And what happened was I had made it something that I had to do on my to-do list every day. So I had this big to-do, got to meditate, and I got to do it for 20 minutes, and I got to do this meditation and lay here and do this. I made it so much of a chore that it wasn't fun anymore. So I just stepped back and I started over. I started with those quick 5-minute meditations, the Shannon Kaiser's that I talked to you guys about like on the first day. And I just did 5 minutes because it wasn't overwhelming. It didn't interfere with my day, and it wasn't something I had to do anymore. And I started to get my balance back, and I started to feel better again. And I started to gather ideas on ways to deal with all the stuff I was dealing with. And so I really, suggest not taking all these things at once and deciding that you're going to implement them all tomorrow. So don't go online and buy a bunch of crystals and a little eye cover thing and a journal and a candle. And what else did I talk about? Mala beads, some oracle cards, and some like crystals. Don't go, essential oils. Don't go buy all that stuff and have this big box and be like, all right, I got it all. Now it's time to meditate. Because you're just going to feel too structured and feeling like you have to do things. If you feel guided to, add a crystal to your meditation, then, go to a rock shop, you can buy them online, but go with what feels good to you and what in your gut is telling you feels like the right path to go on, what you feel in alignment with. I have bought things and I get it. And I'm like, try it once. And I'm like, I don't even know why I did this. Well, because the book told me I had to. It wasn't something I was totally in aligned with. One thing I didn't talk about was how you need to sit when you meditate. I know most of us have seen those, pictures or videos or whatever of people sitting Indian style, or maybe even in like, is it called lotus pose from yoga, and their hands in a hand position. I don't even know officially what it's called. I don't do that. I most of the time meditate while I'm laying down in my bed. I will meditate sometimes sitting up. I know most people suggest being in a state of openness. So having a straight spine, like not sitting over like this hunched over. And if you are laying in bed, laying flat, so your body's nice and straight, so your energy can flow through you. If you are, that's one of the things I feel like, they see people with their legs crossed. And I'm like, that's like, to me, not open and being grounded. So if you are sitting, try to sit up in a chair and having your feet touching the floor, and really getting into the feeling of your body, where it's touching, where it's being grounded into the earth, whether you're laying down or sitting up. But again, like all this stuff, you don't need to, there are different kinds of meditation / yoga that's chanting, and you can certainly go down and check those out, but that's not a requirement. You don't need to, your family doesn't need to come upstairs and go, what in the world is she doing? You can do it all in silence. So let's see. So that is kind of the hows of meditation. The big guideline here is find a quiet spot and do what feels good to you. So if the tools I mentioned today, you think, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to check out crystals, but I didn't know why I would need them. Maybe you want to check them out now. Maybe you've got some essential oils and a scent that you love. Go check it out and throw it into your meditation. I have a diffuser sitting over here by my bed too. You can have a diffuser running during your meditation. It's going to throw out that beautiful smell for you. Okay, so before we go, of course, I want to do a little grounding meditation. This is going to kind of carry on with the theme that we had about our beautiful ball of golden light showering over us. It's going to be more of a grounding meditation and a meditation that you can use to drain negative energy. And this one's going to be a little bit longer than the other ones, not too much longer. And I'm going to record it again on my phone. I've got my phone here so I can record it, and I will send that out in the emails. And I will also send a copy of the video as well. Today we had an affirmation and a journal prompt. I'm opening that up right now on my computer. Your affirmation today is: the universe is always there to guide me, even when it seems like I am alone. So again, using that universe to guide you and the path that you should take with meditation. And then also your journal prompt: where in my life do I need guidance? Just ask the question and see what comes out on the paper. So getting your journal out and just say, where in my life do I need guidance? Sit in your meditative state for a couple minutes and find out. Maybe you need some guidance with a job, and the universe will create that guidance for you. Whatever the case might be, you can use meditation to quiet your mind to collect that wonderful information. One thing I wanted to say about affirmations quick, and I've not mentioned this yet, I'm not sure why it slipped my mind, but when you're doing your affirmations, it's one thing to just repeat the affirmation: the universe is always there to guide me, even when it seems like I'm alone. You can repeat that 50 times. And if you don't have any feeling behind it, it means nothing. Okay. So what you should do instead is feel it. Feel, even when I'm alone, the universe is there to guide me. Even when I'm alone, the universe is there to guide me. Like, really get into the feeling of what that feels like to have that guidance and all of that, the hugging that the universe is giving you, because that is what is going to turn it into a real life affirmation. You've probably heard, I remember being a kid and there was like a weight loss affirmation thing, and the person just repeated over and over again: I am skinny, I am love, I am light. That doesn't do anything for you unless you truly feel and believe in that affirmation. So I really, really encourage you to get in the feeling of those affirmations as you're writing them. Get in the feeling of the meditation. I got to take a sip of my shake here. Very thirsty. And if you're feeling like, okay, I really want to jump in on this, I want to do more with affirmations and meditation and journaling, and I want to see how it can improve my life and up-level my life and help with my health and fitness and keep me from screaming at my kids, but you're just like not totally sure the path you've taken, because maybe you're starting to feel like there's something to this meditation thing and it feels really good and you want to take it to the next level. I would love, love, love to see how it would work for us to work together to continue that for you. Whether that's a one-on-one coaching experience or a group coaching experience, whatever that might be, let's talk. So shoot me a PM, just Rachel Lensmeyer Jenks there, and let's just chat back and forth a little bit on PM. Like, absolutely no obligation. You don't have to do anything. You might even learn a thing or two as we're chatting, and maybe we can set up a phone call where we can chat by phone. Again, no obligation. That's totally complimentary, and just see what it would be like for us to work together to take you up to that next level, to get you on the rise, to help you get in touch with your spiritual side so that you can make your physical side of your life that very, very much better. So I would love to chat with you. So reach out. I've had a few moms reach out to me already, and it has been a great conversation we've had going back and forth. So just shoot me that message and we can get the ball rolling. Again, totally no obligation. Nobody's got to do it or not, but it'd be kind of fun to chat with you and with some of you moms. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my phone all ready so I can record our meditation. And like I mentioned, this is a grounding meditation that we are going to use to ground into the earth. And then we're also going to dump out all of that extra yucky energy that we've got pooling up inside of us. So let me get our recording started and then we'll begin. Start by getting into a comfortable position and closing your eyes. I want you to focus on your breathing. Breathing in through your nose, slowly and deeply. Feel your stomach expanding as you breathe in, and then exhale and let your stomach relax. Focus on breathing this way for just a few breaths, about 5 breaths, until it becomes just rhythmic and effortless, something you don't even need to think about. And as you're doing those 5 breaths, I want you to completely relax your body, starting with your head, down your shoulders, all the way through your lower body. Just relax into wherever you're sitting. And we're going to begin to visualize. I want you to imagine that golden light, that golden ball of light up above your head, and it is radiating down through your entire body, through every single part of your body, that relaxed body that you have all the way through your arms, down through your torso, your legs, and down into your feet. It is touching each part of your body. The golden light is going to continue all the way down to your feet and then all the way down into the earth. And it's just, again, like that beautiful golden waterfall that's falling over your head down into the earth. Now I want you to imagine that you're a little tiny human being and you are sliding down that golden waterfall down into the center of the earth. You're amazed at how beautiful the center of the earth is. There are beautiful trees, flowers, and you see more of that beautiful golden waterfall. As you look around, you see many things, but among them you see a bench, and it's begging your name. It wants you to come sit on it. You take a nice deep breath in, and you realize that you feel very safe here. And so you walk over to the bench and you have a seat. And as you sit down, you feel even more safe. And as you're sitting on that bench, you look over to your right, you see a hole near the bench. So a hole going down even deeper into the center of the earth. And you realize that this hole is a place for you to dump all of your negative energy, all of the anxiety, all of the worry, all of the I don't know what to do here, all of the feelings of being judged, of not knowing what to do next, of not knowing where to go. All of those negative feelings are going to go down into that hole, into the earth, and they're going to be repurposed by the earth to be used as energy for someone else. The earth is going to use that energy and recycle it into energy that can be used in a positive manner someplace else. Let go of all of the negative energy that you have in your body. If you feel like there's a little twinge of pain in your shoulder, even if you don't know why it's there, ask that energy to leave and go down into that hole, into the center of the earth. Same thing if you feel it in your knee. Maybe you've been having some pain in your knee over the last couple of weeks. And maybe you know when that pain started and what was going on in your life. Take all that negative energy out of your knee and throw it down into that hole going down into the center of the earth. And when you are done getting rid of all of that negativity, you see that a beautiful light is flowing out of that hole in the center of the earth. It goes back up into your body and fills in all of those spaces where that negative energy used to lie. Now your body is full of a beautiful golden light. As soon as you're ready, I want you to take a nice deep breath in and an exhale out. And close your eyes and come back into the room that you're sitting in. Sorry, I had to pause there for a second while I was getting my recording ready, or stopping it so that I wasn't talking in the middle of it. So please let me know down in the comments how you feel after doing that. When you, this is going to keep talking now. When you let me know how you feel about that. Let me know what negative energy that you got rid of. And if you don't want to post about it in the group, you can certainly send me an email and send it to me that way, because I'd love, love, love to hear from you. So I hope you're leaving today feeling even more positively energized than you started. And I would love to hear from you about the challenge. I would love to hear from you if you want to work together a little bit deeper. I would just love to hear from you. So have a great rest of your day, and I will be chatting with you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye-bye.